Yo, this might seem like a weird thing to make a video about, but it's been over 10 years since that appearance I made on Fox News back in 2005. And it's probably one of the most, if not the most, embarrassing experience of my life. So I thought it would be a good idea just to look back on that and try to figure out what the fuck went wrong if we could. So it's the night before I'm supposed to go to work at the supermarket, and I get a call from this guy Swan, who I was in a band with at the time. And he says, don't go to work tomorrow, because we're going to be on Fox News tomorrow morning. And, back in the day, I didn't know anything about Fox News. I didn't know anything about politics in general. I was just like, Fox News? What are we going on Fox News for? We're doing this music for relief thing, and we're selling CDs to help the tsunami victims. I'm like, really? Okay. So I'm figuring any publicity is good publicity, so I say, all right. And this is a nice weird moment right here, too.
And the bass player, how you guys doing? Joe Freeze Townsend. And
Yep.
you told me that nobody calls you Joe, that everybody calls you Freeze except for your mom.
My
So
mother does.
I'll call you Joe.
That's good. A little Norman Bates action there. And I think I'm going to freeze frame it right here because Swan got a call from a friend of his after the broadcast aired saying, dude, you got to tell that bass player not to wear those sneakers on television. Which, I wish I could argue with that, but I really can't. So now Swan goes on for a while about how sad he is about the tsunami victims and everything, but then she suddenly goes to me with a question. And I'm like, oh shit, better make the most of this.
So, Joe, and are you working with the other band? I mentioned Linkin Park. Are you working with other bands? This is a coordinated effort?
Well, yeah. As far as it depends what you really mean when you say that.
Well, we're going to do whatever we can with them and the music for relief
Right.
music for relief
Right.
to help them.
Jesus Christ. If you just look at my face right here, yeah, I knew I fucked up. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said, Swan saved your ass, man. I mean, yeah, he saved my ass in that he stopped me from talking, but did he answer her question? What was her question? Joe, I already mentioned Linkin Park. Are there other bands? Is this a coordinated effort? Is this a coordinated effort? Now, see, that's what my father would have done. He would have asked the question back to her, making it sound like it was the stupidest question he ever heard, and then, is this a coordinated effort? No, this is not a coordinated effort. I guess that would have been the answer to the question. Is this a coordinated effort between us and who? Us and Linkin Park? No. Linkin Park is not playing at St. James Bar on Metropolitan Avenue to fucking do this with us. That wasn't happening. So, but, I didn't really know how to answer the question like that. I shouldn't have answered it like that on live television. But, I didn't want to say, I don't know. You've let this other guy talk for however long, and now you're going to me, and my answer's going to be, I don't know. I'm just sitting here. I don't know. I'm just sitting here for decoration. I don't know. But, the guy who was managing us at the time, he says, you were unprepared. I'm like, no shit, I was unprepared. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I got the call last night about this. But he was always coming up with weird shit to do anyway. If he made music videos for us that, I showed him to, some people, and they were like, a friend of mine, Lewis, he goes, this looks like public access television, which is exactly what they looked like, and, he would say things to me like, you gotta be larger than life on that stage. You're not. I gotta tell you. And I'd be pissed because he would tell me how to dress and everything, but not for nothing. Back then, I dressed like a complete ass clown. Complete. Now I dress with much more dignity. But, there was one saving grace with the whole thing, because they actually aired, later that night, they had aired, the whole story with, footage of, U2 and Linkin Park and The Darkness and whatever other, Coldplay, I don't know who else was involved, but after all that, they showed us talking Only they talked over me. The newscasters talking over me. So Swan calls me up and goes, "Hey, it actually worked out with the night broadcast because they just showed you talking and you can't hear you, so it actually looks like you're saying something really profound." Which it kind of does, almost, right about here. But then they ruined it right about here. So let's freeze that right there. Joe Swan Townsend, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, is that not some Spinal Tap shit? What pisses me off in the YouTube comment section of the video? This fucking comment right here. My stuttering has gotten to 89% better and still trying hard to get it at least 95% better, but I know it will never be 100%. I have been saved before by my boss during conference calls at an old real estate job I was at for 3 years. It is frustrating, frustrating, so he stutters when he types also. But all you have to do is speak to yourself all the time, whether it would be in the bathroom and in your car, and trust me, it will get better. I don't have a fucking stuttering problem, you asshole! I haven't had a stuttering problem since I was like 5.
And now the G.I. Joe.
Wait a minute, start again, what did you need?
And all the Ghostbusters. And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, one other thing. After the broadcast was over, the guy who was managing us walks up to Swan and says, "You did good, but you made one mistake. You said that we were donating the proceeds from the album sales, but we're really donating the profits." Profits? What the fuck are you talking about? Profits? Nobody knew who the fuck we were. I mean, everyone who saw us on there with Coldplay and U2 and Linkin Park was like, who the fuck are they? And, you know, Ice Cream Man is outside. I'm not going to let that distract me. Nobody knew who the fuck we were. We were playing super small venues. We put all that money into recording and mixing, whatever the fuck else we did. And we're going to make profits on it? Are you out of your fucking mind? Profits? What would that have been? Hey guys, you got those profits from the album sales that we can give to the relief? What do you got? I got about $350. I mean, what were we gonna give them? I heard that the lady from the interview, I heard she got fired very shortly after that interview. See, that's what you get for asking those fucking hardball questions that were making me stutter. It was her fault, completely. I'm gonna just go with that. Well, you know, after all that, one thing we can come out of it with is we ruined the Fox News broadcast, so